6 die in gory accident on Akuse-Kpong Road. 6 others in critical condition.
We did the rescue with fire service, police, and ambulance service with the other NID officers. So we keep the luggages of some of the dead people. We get some IDs. We called some of the ID numbers, the contacts we have. Unfortunately, within the short period, some people were having phone calls. So we happened to pick the calls and inform family.
Also coming up, National Communications Authority to begin deactivating SIM cards of subscribers who have not completed Stage 2 of the SIM card re-registration exercise from the 1st of April 2023.
Good, you know, it helps us. Maybe you have your money. Nowadays, you see that fraud and scammers is around, you know, so it's okay. It has helped me a lot. I don't face any problem. Maybe one day you will be at home, they will call you. I'm talking from US. It's your auntie, it's your this. Nowadays, we don't hear that thing again, so it's good.
And later, day one of Citi TV and Citi FM's Back to Your Village Food Bazaar held with Greater Accra Regional Minister pledging support for the annual event, which aims at promoting consumption of indigenous Ghanaian foods and drinks.
It's, as I said, it's a lot of different stands to try from. I think it's a great way to discover the food in Ghana, and everyone is very friendly. There is a nice atmosphere, some music and some dance, so it's great. Yeah.
Which country are you coming from?
I'm from France. Yeah.
I'm hoping that you enjoy yourself today and you come tomorrow. Okay?
Thank you very much.
I'm grateful that you could stay with us. Let's begin with the very first story this hour. And former President John Dramani Mahama has expressed disappointment at the Minority Caucus in Parliament for failing to reject President Akufo-Addo's ministerial nominees. Prior to the approval, the caucus had insisted that all members would vote against the nominees to send a message to government to reduce its size. However, all 6 nominees were approved after votes were cast. There's more in the following report.
The Minority Caucus in Parliament took a stance to reject the ministerial nominees of President Akufo-Addo even before the vetting. This position was made known following a communique by the leadership of the National Democratic Congress directing all MPs to ensure that the nominees were rejected.
The minority will not subscribe to a consensus vote at the level of the appointment committee. This will ensure that the matter is brought to the full House for a vote to be taken in secret. And I can assure you that we in the NDC stand united with our number of 136 for this expedition. We are calling on the following. 1, immediate reduction in the numbers of ministers from the current level of 86 to 65.
The majority, who disagreed with the position, appealed to the minority to reconsider their position.
I just want our colleagues to understand that for the sake of the unity and the desire for us to forge a working relationship, and this is their major decision, major in terms of the fact that, okay, since they come into leadership, this is the first time, more or less, they are going to make such a significant decision that they should so-called temper justice with mercy.
But the minority will not budge to these demands, and their posture during the vetting was telling. Not even their relationship will hamper them from asking what they believed were relevant questions. During the vetting of the Agric Minister-designate, Brian Ichampong, he expressed concern over how the minority leader, who he regarded as a friend, treated him.
Can you convince me to trust you as a Minister of State, considering what happened at Labaoleshi?
But I told you are my friend.
It doesn't matter.
And today you don't trust me.
I'm asking a question.
Today you don't trust me.
No, I'm asking a question that, can you convince me?
You should be testifying on my credibility.
No, it's not about credibility. I said convince me. We are here for the people of Ghana. Okay, so we have to ask the questions that are needed. And I'm asking the questions.
The minority were, however, relentless on their quest to see the nominees rejected. This was evident in the final debate on the report of the Appointments Committee. But after hours of debating and putting it to a vote through a secret ballot, the outcome was surprising, at least to the minority and the NDC as a party. The minority lost the vote on all nominees.
Honourable members, on your behalf, I will congratulate the minister-designates for earning your appointed by His Excellency the President to the minister aforementioned. Congratulations.
Former President John Dramani Mahama has since expressed his disappointment at the result. In a Facebook post, the former president chided some members of the minority caucus for what he described as the placing of their parochial and personal interest against the entrenched position of the party. He added that MPs responsible for the betrayal must do some serious soul-searching and learn to place national interest over personal interest. The minority leader in Parliament, Dr. Kweku Aduamah, also while sharing his disappointment, commended MPs who supported their cause. Meanwhile, the Member of Parliament for Bawku Central said the minority has lost the locus to demand a reduction in government size as it has failed to hold government accountable.
This one had to do with a party policy position. And so, if you disagreed with the party policy position, then that is an issue. So I would say that the party has to sit and look into this matter, and we as a caucus will have to sit and, with some respect for each other, sit and discuss this matter and see what is the way forward. But there's no doubt that we have totally disappointed our rank and file. We have totally disappointed Ghanaians who were convinced by the arguments that we made about the size of government as one of the causes of our problems as a country. And they believed in us, and they expected us to act accordingly, to demonstrate that conviction that some of our colleagues have expressed, that the size of government is fundamentally one of the causes of our problem. Now we need the moral authority to keep making that argument as a caucus. And that's a problem.
Now, 6 persons have been confirmed dead after the vehicle they were traveling in got involved in an accident this morning at the King David Commercial College between Akuse and Pong in the Lower Manyakrobo municipality. 6 other victims who narrowly survived are receiving treatment at the Akuse Government Hospital, where Citi News understands 2 who are in critical condition are battling for survival. Citi News' Neoni Amatekanaku has the details.
According to eyewitnesses, the Hyundai Grace commercial vehicle from Japan heading towards Accra with registration number GB 4642-20 on reaching the King David Commercial College while trying to overtake a stationary truck crashed head-on with an oncoming truck with registration number GT 6473-21 fully loaded with railway tracks with an embossed pass permit from the Ministry of Railways Development. Both the injured and dead were quickly rushed to the Akuse Government Hospital by rescue operators consisting personnel of the Ghana National Fire Service, Ambulance Service, and the Akuse Police, where the medical officer at the hospital confirmed the death of the 6. 6 other persons, 2 males and 4 females, are currently on admission at the Akuse Government Hospital, with 2 in critical condition. Emmanuel Teteleila, an opinion leader who joined the National Ambulance Service and other sister security agencies in the rescue mission, has been speaking to Citi News.
We did a rescue with fire service, police, and ambulance service with other NIB officers. So we retrieved the luggages of some of the dead people. We get some IDs. We called some of the ID numbers, contacts we have. Unfortunately, within the short period, some people were having phone calls. So we happened to pick the calls and inform family. Not of they are deaf or the same, but there people, family members who were involved in accident, so they should come over to the Akuse Government Hospital for further information.
Have the police taken over the case now?
Yes, we did the whole operation with our Kuse Police Commander, Superintendent Andrews. We did the whole operation with him. And his station officer, Chief Inspector Emmanuel, too, was there. With policemen, they were all there. Fire service was there. So they immediately began with investigation into the sad incident.
The situation resulted in a gridlock for several hours until the police, who have begun investigations into the cause of the accident, managed to control the traffic on that stretch. Meanwhile, the family members of the victims have been contacted with the use of the identity cards found on them and their mobile phones to come identify the beloved ones. In a related development, a Toyota Corolla has crashed to death a 60-year-old woman at Nyamibetre Asaman in the Okra district. The assemblyman for Nyamibetre Asaman electoral area, Osel Daniel, is optimistic that speed ramps will soon be fixed on the road to reduce excessive speed by users.
Because it's a new road, and there's no speed ramp on there, so they actually the speed is too much. But I think they are not yet down the road, so they cannot fix speed ramp at the moment. So they need to wait till the road is fully constructed and everything is over. So I think with time the speed ramp will be fixed and everything will be okay.
This is the exact spot Madam Grace Edu unfortunately lost her life after just 10 meters away from her home. Now residents are worried by this situation of the excessive speed being exhibited by drivers plying the Koforidua to Somenya Road here. They believe in due course the contractor will finish with all works on this road for speed ramps to be fixed here at Nyamibetre. For Citi News, Neo Ni Amati Kanaku, Nyamibetre.
We turn attention from that tragedy and do more stories because the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, DVLA, says over 1,000 defective vehicles have been recorded in the first quarter of 2023. Additionally, over 600 road infractions have also been recorded, but the authority says although the numbers are minimal, persons who are caught will be made to face the full rigors of the law, and this will serve as a deterrent. Central Regional Correspondent Calvis Tete has more in the following report.
At the end of 2022, the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority recorded over 10,003 defects on various vehicles plying the road, while over 3,000 infractions were also recorded. But the numbers have reduced in the first quarter of 2023, where the authority has recorded over 1,000 defective vehicles and over 600 road infractions. The authority says sensitization and constant engagement has led to the reduction in numbers in the first quarter, adding that last year's figures, which were even high, saw a reduction in road accidents by 20%. Leadership of the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, as part of measures to curtail these occurrences, has engaged the commercial drivers at Gumwa Budumburam Lorry Station as part of a nationwide sensitization exercise to speak with them on the do's and don'ts on the road. According to the Manager for Compliance and Enforcement, Richard Iya, those who were arrested with various road infractions and defects last year were made to face the law and fines paid to the state. Similarly, those who are caught this year with infractions and defects will also be made to repair them before moving their vehicles on the road. Here is the Regional Manager for Compliance and Enforcement explaining the do's and don'ts to drivers and what they are doing wrong.
If we get some of the vehicles and we report them, we impound them and we give them prohibition and we give them to police. Police send them to court and court found them. But also on our road, as we have been given fees and charges to take delinquencies, what we do is we take your delinquency and then we give you prohibition to go and repair the car and then come back. And I tell you that the infractions that we had last year, all of them went and did the right thing and came back and they paid delinquency. And then the defect that we have on the vehicle, which is 10,003, they all went and did their work. So look at the huge number that they have gone to repair their vehicle and come to the road. The roadside check, and they're checking the driving schools. We also check the PVTS, that is the private testing stations. Yes, and then we also do road education. And the road education is today what we are doing. educating the people and then checking them as well, telling them what they're supposed to do. And then when accident also happen, it's our unit that will go and then assist police in investigation.
For these drivers who ply their trade at Gomwa Butumburam Lorry Station, although they admit committing several road infractions as drivers, they lament the bad nature of the roads within the areas they ply their trade and wants them fixed. They also shed light on the engagement and said it has been an eye-opener.
One of my who say a higher offense zebra crossing. You also hear crying and crying. Yeah, you baby as I was car. You baby as I was car. So no many in our pay for crying. One, if you see traffic, the first street lights say what crowns me now. I say, and at the same time, the portals need you a while. Hey, who pankasa no. I can't be brave a while. Omoya, and why? Usha baby to say yenya no ne kaswa. First kaswa to yenya no road now. Why no? We had the way so we had double road now. Who by U-turn? So I double road no. As I say, who free lane now? Who woman no call after lane? Say inner lane now. What by U-turn? But we no we have. Why now na musuno? And no am no basa dey aye U-turn.
So na me questions bi a metumi di bi sempin for ene Nyankopon adom banya chance na dey. E bi sempin for mo yi ano. Me di say me nua no mo ha no. Obia ni aye dey age ho. There are some 7 items or boss which I say, and when your license car, yeah, the yedi gum, say police needs to power, and no bit me either. A bisau, say be a provide these items, and apart from all licenses.
In fact, they share someone mobile media church, and TV baby. And rules and regulation of the man, and because the license are rules and regulation, it may be sad. But then a mama who says the police needs to my family license, and no mommy. Krata etete waje me license no so nya o ka mu je o police ni bisa me na ni na banda no ma church ni na say ni nya akwan na so now no enye say bi approach so a bibisa lie pa e de da akwan no ni na pepa e wona ma wudu ba bi zebra cross a wo hu ahen fo wo hu traffic light ko say ye man light bi lie bi e da ho ansa na ye bi traffic ba ni na no emma.
The Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority says they are working assiduously to ensure that road infractions are reduced. And one of them was through a sensitization exercise they embarked on today. Calvis Tete, Citi News, Butumburam.
Let's bring you more stories. And the National Communications Authority, NCA, says it will begin deactivating SIM cards of subscribers who have not completed Stage 2 of the SIM card re-registration process beginning April 1, 2023. This follows an agreement reached with the Telcos Chamber to extend the initial deadline from March 10 to March 31. Speaking to Citi News, the Deputy Communications Director of the NCA, Kwame Jan, said SIM card users will have their numbers reactivated once they begin the Stage 2 process. There's more in the following report.
Government in 2021 began the SIM card re-registration exercise, which required mobile users to link their SIM cards with their national identity card, or risk being disconnected from voice and data services. As the punitive measures kicked in, many Ghanaians thronged SIM card registration centers to avoid being sanctioned. But on several occasions, the government, through the Communications Ministry and the National Communications Authority, has had to postpone a number of deadlines due to the number of subscribers yet to register their SIM cards. In an interview with Citi News, Deputy Communications Director of the National Communications Authority, Kwame Jan, explained that it was implementing the deadline for the SIM card registration exercise with a human face to ensure a large number of people get to re-register their SIM cards. Given statistics on the SIM card re-registration exercise, Kwame Jan said the National Communication Authority has so far registered over 34 million SIM cards. He, however, says that SIM cards which have not completed the second stage of the re-registration process will be deactivated by April 1, 2023.
On the issue of extension, we had communicated to the public that we're going to cut off those who have done stage 1. 1 but not take 2 of the registrations by the 10th of March. We have got a request from the chamber, who of course, as you know, represents telcos, who said that they wish we could extend that deadline by a couple of weeks. So the NCA decided to adhere to that request from the chamber. And so effective 31st of March, if you've done stage 1 registration but not done stage 2, that means that you have your Ghana card and you've done stage 1 but not stage 2. The MNOs have been asked to deactivate your line from the networks because of the fact that you have not done stage 2 of the registration. So that has been moved from the 10th of March to now the 1st of March this year. So 31st April, we should be seeing those who have done stage 1 but not stage 2 having their lines disconnected. As of March 15th, we have done about 34,672,488 figure registrations, which represents 86.19% of the total that we have. So mind you, we have an estimated 40.2 million SIM cards on our networks. And as of that number, 86.19% of that have done stage 1 of the registrations. Now, out of that same number, so remember I mentioned the fact that those who have done stage 1 but not stage 2 will be disconnected. We have about 5.5 of that number who haven't done stage 2 yet. That's about 13.8% of that number. So it is this group of people that we are saying that because they have their Ghana cards with them, obviously. So they should register by the end of this month or they will end up losing their number.
At the time of Citi News's visit to some SIM card re-registration centers, the usual crowd that characterized the early days of the exercise was missing. In an interaction with some Ghanaians, however, they lauded the government for the initiative, saying it has begun yielding positive results as they receive less calls from persons who engage in cyber crime activities. They, however, want the April 1, 2023 deadline for the activation of SIM cards, which have not completed the second stage of the re-registration process, to be extended.
It's good, it helps us. Maybe you have your money. Nowadays, you see that flood and scammers is around, so it's okay. It has helped me a lot. I don't face any problem. Maybe one day you will be at home, they will call you. I'm talking from US. It's your auntie, it's your this. Nowadays, we don't hear that thing again, so it's good. They should not do that because most of Ghanaian people don't have their Ghana card. We are now doing it, and some too are foreigners, so they should give us some time small. Maybe let's take it as example like me. I don't have my own right now. I'm doing it. It's on process, so they should take time for us to do our Ghana card. Then everybody will register, so they should calm down small for us.
SIM card registration there, because Abuwa Macron and your marketing get a man for complaining. You see, I know so I form kakra. No dear pa. Oh, I know there so many times they become because you see, I need more money on Ghana card. And this year, broke will be like the brainers who complain some things on the boy and Yajuma. Or boy, Beban or better, and I see invalid, better, Beban, better, and the problems will be on. But no much in my time, kakra. We are sure send no beboa. Send a baby, be a quanya no, so I register the same.
You're still watching the Citi Newsroom here on Citi TV with me, Kweku Aduamah Ansah. Still to come. Local artisans call for more investment in the local industry to remain competitive. We have details coming up shortly. Do stay.
Plus is a fully skimmed evaporated milk. Creamy Plus is available in a shop near you.
This message has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Oh, today he has been extra sweet, and the way he looks at me.
I have done everything by the book. It's on. Hey, but I have to get some condoms, Charlie.
Using a condom will protect you and your partner from HIV, STIs, and unplanned pregnancy. Condoms are an effective way for protection against HIV infection. Don't take risks. Use a condom every time. Always come prepared.
This advert is brought to you by the Ghana AIDS Commission and Ghana Health Service.
You're welcome back to the Citi Newsroom here on Citi TV with me, Kweku Aduamah Ansah. Let's bring you more stories now. And the influx of imported second-hand furniture into the country appears to be pushing local manufacturers out of business as some people opt for the second-hand furniture. According to data from the Ghana Revenue Authority, the average annual furniture imports is pegged at over 180 million Ghana cedis. Local artisans are therefore calling for more investment in the local industry to remain competitive. There's more in the following report.
Furniture gives complete design to homes. It adds up to making one's home feel welcoming. However, in the Ghanaian space, there appears to be that growing desire for imported furniture over locally manufactured ones. Mr. Festus Tinkran, who has been in the business of importing second-hand furniture for over a decade, argues that the locally made furniture is of poor quality, hence a decline in its patronage.
Push leather quality. We use to abrochire, but to me, Nyama quality. But my son used to ha by 20 years, not still near. But to compare the one a material said, and foam night, no thermal foam not tum. After tomorrow, so a fino to chukra, na efedi. And after the Yanomliano, and so and you have about 200 home. Nanaga say home, 2 Timobona, and I feel not tie now. I'm on the phone, I'm only 2 hours on the phone, not too soon. I do so never find you Timonati. Not to Dubon say, I couldn't know Tisuno. Says, where's I'm Tisusia, Miss Solia, and Rapia. But Omusiano, adding, Utamwana, form no I to crew. And check not I say. And you know, I'm over Briatan, Ghana made no more, but foreign ones nearby are mutum. I won't say foreign are durable than a vessel home use, Ghana made.
Nana Asante, a salesperson, also justified why there is a growing preference for the imported second-hand furniture.
Tell us the type of furnitures you sell here, whether local or the imported ones.
We have local and we have the important ones too. We have the Chesterfield, we have recliner, and at the same time too, we have the relaxable seat too over there. Yeah.
So from which of the countries do you import?
Okay, mostly we go for the Holland, the German types, and I say most are Japan. Yeah, Japan goods too are okay.
So which of the two products or two categories do customers normally patronize and why?
Me and you already know that the home use are very, very solid. And whereby a white man is doing his product, he do it quality, not like our local carpenters. You get it? Yeah, that's how it is. And normally too, I should say something like some of our sicklers always need a recliner seat for them to be able to relax a lot. You get it? And the local carpenters, it is hardly for them to know how to do that recliner seats and things. You get it? And the local ones are strong, but not comparable to the foreign ones. You get it? That's how it is over here. And mostly the customers are always hunting for the home use ones.
Some local artisans who have been in this trade for over 3 decades, however, refuted claims that the locally manufactured furniture are of inferior quality.
It will depend the person that has learned the job to. Is it the one that has learned the job? Maybe the class of work that he learned, that's the thing that he produce to you. But if you go to like somebody who have learned the job higher like this, then you get a quality job. You see, some of the children too, they don't learn the work to finish.
Obi Canada ba and yes yeah adwuma ana yeah dia no yeah almost pelo culture almost ba befa but no credit say akoya ne obi answer with na adwuma yeah high adwuma no ba ebinya botre be adwuma na ma obi so oba na chemu chenze see na tia wonte was because obi ja wa no akoto for no esaya o de be ba se bi enyama no because foreign one esaya wuntimi nsan je biem aye die no local one esaya because ya na ye ntine ye nko e ba so bere ye be ya ma wa wo betimi asayre asakotra so biem wo fie ba akoto foreign one ni wi a esaya wuntimi nsan je ndi no eno die nka me prefer local one no aye ye na no e wa animu dan so be import ama na ba so ka be be but ya hai no kakra bia be na bia wetimi ayre.
They also urge government to offer support in the form of investment for the local industry to thrive.
I want to tell them that they should depend upon our own that we are using. They should depend upon our own. And secondly, they should invest for our side. Maybe you know the job, but you don't have money. You see, you don't have money to do your business. So if they push us more, we can get, maybe you need a lot of right now we are depending upon a lot of machines. So if the government too is helping us with those machines and this thing, we can get that standard.
Citi News had an up close with some individuals who tell us their preferred furniture.
I'll pick the local manufacturer because the wood that we have here is better. We have Odum Sapele and the other towns. The foreign manufacturers, although their own is good, but we have the good materials here that we can use to manufacture the furnitures. So I think I like the Ghanaian manufacturer.
The ones imported I would prefer because now there's more than Ghana. You see, at the olden days, we had very strong woods, but now Ghana woods are not strong. So, also, your friend is all my local ones. The mouth swana, sugar, but the ones imported, no, I think they are very strong. And when you understand which that is it. You are good to go. But these local ones, now we don't use the best wood, and moreover, they are more expensive too. So I think the imported ones are good.
Now, traditional authorities at Kunsu in the Ahafo Southwest District of the Ashanti region have reclaimed abandoned tracts of mined-out lands. The area has in recent times recorded deaths resulting from people falling into abandoned mine pits that were dug by miners in search of gold deposits. Our Ashanti regional correspondent Hafiz Tijani has more.
Kunsu is a predominantly farming community, but inhabitants are also engaged in mining activities and other menial jobs in the informal sector. Farmers like Kobina Menu, will always resist miners, whether licensed or illegal, from using their farmlands for mining activities. The farmers have often expressed concern that their lands will not be reclaimed after these miners use them.
My Kweku Aduamah Ansah na me nya mfa so so pa because ku ya mfa so so me nya board here man kan abens me ton ya me ska kakra na o be just as no na ninje of course o mo dia yen kata so but on the o share bo se senate bi o yo be kata so.
Officials of the National Disaster Management Organization reveal how the abandoned pits have wreaked havoc in the community.
Se ye twa yani ehwe ye chi a eye mfie mienu a etwa mu no nipa ye nya kra ye nya nipa be nsia ewo mantem ha emu ema ene mema omo etoto amrem impokra ne se dru ba bi ne nadmofo ye be pese ye be kwa akwohwehwe adwumadi ahodo a omo didie na omo wa na omo dwane anu kra ba ya yam hihye ema nipa because ohun a wo dwane no tim koto amrem na akofa asem aba ani ntino na about say make say mfie mienu ne no nipa be nsia last year yenya nipa nsia yeah the same thing omsu koto mu a na areho bebrebe say we nipa dasani na say adwumadie amma okọ onim se bi kra da ho na akotom na akofa asem aba enti so far sanity but nei ede afia yesi munyame adaroma yenya saa ohaw ebiem efise se dem di kaka ma hu sa amanfo efrase ya omokata omomranso.
The Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources recently launched the government's Community Mining Scheme initiative. The chief of the area spoke about how the initiative has reduced youth unemployment and crime issues in the area.
Community mining no yewura da pa ayemenana Mr. Evis Osemensa edi animu ema omokope ba ma na nanom yenso ebo ni chidom eba ne de no kre community mining abande ba na abeboa ye ekwa bebre so ene sebe so obusami a de metima kan se ama ewudisem kronosem ne basabasa ya wokunsu no eso akofom say eye 100% a metima kan say mu 80% there and 95% off.
Lands that have been used under the initiative are now being reclaimed and a task force has been set up to monitor the exercise.
The Honorable Minister, Honorable Duka, when he comes back to this land and he sees that what we have done, in fact, automatically, I mean, we say, they're encouraging them, our secretary has been cried. So we are doing our best. That people were saying, oh, Galamsey people or miners, when they come to their land, there's no way you can get the land back. This idea is emphatically not true. But what we are seeing today, look at what we've done. We can now call for our cultivation. We can replant every crop that we want to. Now we've finished covering the place. This is our second ambition. Now we are trying to do something we call mulching. Precisely, I'm an agric student at KNUST, so I understand mulching, how to let the land regain its fertility. So this is what I'm coming to embark on. So we want to find a way of getting feces from maybe the poultry farm, pig farmers, cow downs, and other things. We just want to spread it over the land, and then having done that, we will start duly coming rain season like June or July. We will start planting either Sandrilla or we will continue with our coconut planting.
The Chief Executive Officer of the Kunsu Community Mining Scheme, who doubles as the CEO of C34 Mining Company Limited, Elvis Mensah Dapa, is pledging commitment of stakeholders to protect the environment.
If I used to leave them land anyhow, one day, I'll also get the consequences. 2, the chief of Kunsu, in fact, this man deserves applause of hands. He deserves I just do not know how to even exaggerate or put things together to appreciate the effort he has put in. You know, mostly I live in Kumasi. You'll be there, you call you one night, Kwame, and say, Nana, one guy just picked a machine. He decided to run away. But I have a team. You already have an existing team called the Angulos. They are here to protect the town, the image of the town. They are here to assist police in such a way that there is going to be what? Reduction of criminal rates activities in the community. So he has been sacking, blocking machines, people who wanted to find foul means to run away from the town without covering their pit. He has assisted a lot. I mean, Nana Ajimai Bedudia, the first, the chief of Kunsu. He has done more than what even Galamstop could do or can do.
Mucha money here, machines is here in I say. Amanano omunkata so said ye peno. If you say was seeing yan said the assassin that. Answer ne tima mumu kwan amumako. Enti answer na fidie ne benya kwan say ana ibeja wo se kono na che say wakata amana so awie.
Farmers are happy the lands have now been reclaimed. The task force set up by the Kunsu Traditional Council, the C34 Mining Company, and the District Assembly have detained these equipments and will not release to their owners after they reclaim the lands they mined on.
This vast land was full of abandoned mine pits that claimed many lives and also threatened the lives of community members here. Today, the land is being reclaimed and a greening process has also started to bring it back to life. Hafiz Tijani, Citi News, Kunsu, Afano Southwest District, Ashanti Region.
In more stories, the Assemblies of God Ghana has praised the good work and impactful works of their immediate past General Superintendent, Reverend Professor Paul Frimpong Mansah, to the church. The church says his works have led to its transformation and growth over the years. The following report has more.
It was full of praises and worship during the retirement and send-off service in honor of the immediate past superintendent of the Assemblies of God Ghana, Reverend Paul Frimpong Mansah.
So it's my honor at this juncture to declare Reverend Professor Paul Frimpong Mansah duly retired in the name of God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Let's continue to extend to them all the honor, the courtesies, and the respect. We wish you well, Papa, in Jesus' name.
Reverend Frimpong Mansah served as the General Superintendent for the church from 2010 to 2012. During his service, he spearheaded the hugely successful Vision 3000, which mobilized the local churches to plant 3,000 churches across the country. He also mobilized the Assemblies of God and repositioned it to be one of the key Christian denominations in the country and established the church's Ministers' Pension Board. During the service, Professor Paul Frimpong Mansah pledged his continuous guidance to the current leadership so they will be able to discharge their duties effectively.
For me, the legacy is not the buildings, it is the churches that we have planted, the people that we have invested. And I want to tell the General Superintendent, and we will continue to be available. But we will not interfere. But we cannot say we will not show concern. I'm quoting Apostle Professor. Nehemiah was in a foreign land. He was concerned about Jerusalem. And because of that concern, he was able to do. So we will not interfere any administration. But we won't stay aloof. We will show concern and pray and support AG.
The current General Superintendent of the church, Reverend Dr. Stephen Wengam, praised his predecessor for his good works and contribution to the development of the church.
Reverend Professor Paul Frimpong Mansah in particular is destined to be remembered for his visionary leadership, incredible passion, and infrastructure development. The splendid headquarters building of Assemblies of God Ghana will perpetually extol his name, as well as the construction of the new official residence for the General Superintendent, the planting of 3,000 churches, and the establishment of AGTV, amongst many others. His contribution to the growth of Christianity in Ghana cannot be overemphasized, especially when he served as the president of the largest ecumenical body in Ghana, Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council, and chairman of the Ghana Evangelism Committee. We are convinced the Reverend Professor Paul Frimpong Ansah's retirement will not spell his lapse into stagnation.
The special guest of honor, Ochehene Osajefo Amotia for repaying, urged Professor Frimpong Ansah not to put on hold his service to the church regardless of his retirement.
Today, my message is simple. Continue to do what you've been assigned to do. Continue what God made you to be, a unique person. Your contribution may not see us looking at property, but it will enrich our lives to become better men and women, better fathers and husbands, better mothers, and for us to be great citizens of this great nation, Ghana and Africa.
This was further echoed by the president of the Africa Assemblies of God Alliance.
We are not letting you go completely. We implore you to continue to work with the new executives and the entire church to win Ghana and Africa for Jesus.
This is still the Citi Newsroom here on Citi TV. Still to come. Day one of Citi TV and Citi FM's Back to Your Village Food Bazaar held with Greater Accra Regional Minister pledging support for the annual event. Do stay for details of this story.
Can become a house owner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You Go Flip, a real estate gaming platform that allows you to play and stand a chance of winning a house or cash or consolidated values, such as savings towards a house. Simple and easy to play. Visit www.yougoflip.com. Buy a ticket to enter the game. Wait for the end of the game to enjoy the win. Anyone can win. Flip it or own it. You Go Flip. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Play responsibly, not for persons below 18 years, and gaming can be addictive.
It's still What's Cooking, and we're still here on Heritage Month, and we're making it Ghana in our kitchen. We're getting it. Some people will use the knife to chop it into pieces. We can put in our onions and then the green pepper. For those who would love more pepper in their food.
Then they can crush it on their own.
So just everything
in there.
So our soup is ready. Once it boils very well and the okra cooks.
That's pretty much it. It's a working mother.
Wow.
Are you expecting somebody?
We are not. But last you
this
see.
trip is all Ghanaian. Wow.
Very Ghanaian.
Cooking is brought to you by Tasty Tom Enriched Tomato Mix, Fakakra Na Ayebebre, and Fanice. So nice. Frital, you deserve a life of goodness. Indomie Instant Noodles. Indomie Instant Noodles. Tastes great.
Citi TV is live on DSTV. Go to channel 363. On GoTV, access Citi TV on channel 182. On a digital TV, please press the menu button on the remote control and run a new search on your TV. Take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Citi TV on your television. Citi TV can be accessed on a free-to-air digital box like the GoTV and StarTimes box. Citi TV, it's your world.
Now, in 1831, the Danish governor, on behalf of the Danish government, purchased the deed for a newly established plantation in the Kwapim Range north of Accra, Bikuben, the Beehive.
The Heritage Month on Citi is on. Allow us to take you on a journey to rediscover our rich heritage and traditions through the art of storytelling on the Heritage On Air series. In this season of the Heritage On Air series, we will explore aspects of our cultural legacy that focuses on our people, food, places, and music. Join us as we delve into the narratives surrounding our various ethnic groups and historical figures of interest. We will bring you conversations dedicated to special exposés on our different indigenous meals and historical facts about the food we eat. We will also take you on a visit to historical places of significance and highlight stories linked to our colonial governance interspersed with a celebration of our Ghanaian security service. We'll walk you through the evolution with a detailed appreciation of our Ghanaian musical prowess from antiquity. Let's make a date on Citi TV and Citi FM from the 1st to the 31st of March 2023 as we bring you the stories that reflect the diversified culture of our people, food, places, and music on the Heritage On Air series. The Heritage On Air series is powered by Citi TV with support from Citi FM and is sponsored by the National Lotteries Authority.
And you're welcome back to the Citi Newsroom. Let's do more stories. And the Greater Accra Regional Minister Henry Quartey has pledged his support for Citi TV and Citi FM's Back to Your Village Food Bazaar. The two-day event aims at promoting the consumption of indigenous Ghanaian foods and drinks. The program forms part of activities to mark the Heritage Month of March. The following report has a wrap of exciting 10 of events on the very first day of the Back to Your Village Food Bazaar. As at 8 a.m. on Saturday, vendors were ready to serve patrons a variety of indigenous Ghanaian meals from the diverse cultures of Ghanaians. Vendors were segmented into snacks and food stands to make it easier for patrons to locate their favorite foods and drinks. At the southern food stand was lined up foods like akpele and fetiridechi, ewokpele and bobitazi, ayiple, abolo, amongst others. Also, akans were not left out as meals like fufu and rerenkwang, apapransa, omuto and nkatenkwan, tiozafi, amongst others, were on display.
Hi, Daddy. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome.
Well, I would want to find out. I'm sure this is the entire nuclear family that you've brought here. Why did you choose to come?
The kids, auntie. Yeah.
Okay. I would want you to just tell us, why did you want to come here with the whole family?
I think I enjoy Citi FM and Citi TV and their programs. obviously, I'm a believer of the Ghanaian agenda. So anytime I realize that there's a station or an entity within the country that focuses on promoting our culture, particularly through exhibition of cuisines, I'm excited to see that we've been able to bring together vendors across the various religions and all of them. So when you see people coming from Volta with their cuisine, Brown Afro with their cuisine, Greater Accra with their cuisine, it's exciting, and I do believe that it is nice to come here and enjoy and also share the moment with my kids.
Why did you choose to come and be a part of this program?
I thought it would be super interesting to discover all the different food culture there is in Ghana.
And so far, what's your take?
Yes, it's very diverse. There are many stands. Everyone is super friendly, and I tried some of the snacks, and it was delicious.
Do you know the name of the snack that you tried?
No, I don't remember, but also a lot of juices that were really good. I couldn't name it again, sorry.
But then, are there other foods that you are hoping to try before you leave here today?
No, I think I will maybe come back tomorrow to try more of the main dishes, because right now it was more like snacks that I tried and juices. So yes, I'm thinking of coming back tomorrow to try the main dishes.
I had the opportunity to taste the tiozafi because it's been a long time I had it. So. And then there's this drink, Lamojin or something. It's my first time. I think it's great. It's a great, yes, look. And then now, Kusia and Meko as usual. Yes, of course, yes. And I'm enjoying the whole atmosphere here, the dance, and then the competition that's going on. I love the way the staff, they're all involving themselves and they're having fun together. We expect to see more of it from Citi TV.
As soon as I was born, I started eating spicy food.
Okay. But are you thinking of trying something else since you've been eating this regularly?
Sometimes I try. Sometimes I try something else.
But for here, do you have any favorite food you want to eat today before you go?
Maybe kebab.
Kebab.
I think it's a very good initiative that we are able to bring the family out together so that we taste food that we are not too familiar with most of the time, food that we don't eat most of the times at home. So the children get to see it and we enjoy it with other family people too. It's exciting. So I think it's something we should promote.
Some vendors who interacted with Citi News also disclosed that they had value for money.
So as we indicated to you, we have foods from all parts of the country. This is the stand for the Volta region, and so you see a lot of foods here. This is abobitazi, amadechi, fetiridechi, ewokple, abolo, yake, banku, and gobe. So we'll be going into that space. Let's speak to some of the patrons who have come already. Okay, so please tell me, what is this?
Abolo. Yes.
Charlie, forgive me. Okay, and what again do you have here?
I have yakayake, I have amadechi, I have...
Is it possible to show us?
Yeah, sure, you can.
So she's going to help us with some of the foods she's selling here. Okay, so which one is this?
Amadechi. That's spinach with egusi. Yes, please. And then we have abobitadi, popularly known as Keta Schoolboys. Yes, please.
I've gotten to know one thing.
And then I have green okro. You can go and come in 5 minutes and then you see it. And then the abolo and yakayake. We have ewokple and amokple as well. Yes.
My favorite. I'll come and eat that one. But then just help us. Why did you choose to be a part of this event?
I was here last year actually, and I think the whole concept of making March Ghana month is actually good to promote what we have in Ghana, to showcase what we have to the world. And I think it is helping us Ghanaians put Ghana on the map.
You were here last year. Would you say that patronage was good? For which reason you've also wanted to be a part of this year's event?
So, because it is Ghana month and your TV station and your radio station is specific on Ghanaian dishes, which a lot of people don't really have on regular basis in their homes. So coming here will actually make
make them have that kind of bond with the old stuff that they used to take when they were kids, but because of relocation and job, everybody have to go with the flow with fried rice and jollof rice.
Would you say it's value for money? I mean, vendors, when you come here and you sell, do you get value for money?
Absolutely. This is actually our third time. Yes, so it's really value for your money. It's honestly value for your money. It's because, I mean, we come here every year, so yeah, and then after every year we get more customers. Yes, it's a creative and an innovative opportunity for we the vendors.
It's very close to me because I hear about it every time, and I'll come and try. That's why I said, which one is this again? Okay, because I've seen it before.
To spice up the event was a brass band performance and a local music from Dromona. There was also an interbus competition where contestants were drawn from the 2022 Heritage Caravan patrons. At the end of the competition, Bus 3 representatives came top with 47 points.
So, placing first with 47 points out of 60 is bus number 3.
The Back to Your Village Food Bazaar will continue on Sunday between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. at the forecourt of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly AMB building.
The whole effort is to make sure that the food that we grew up knowing is brought back to the shelves. Just understand that anytime you go to the supermarket, to the shops, every food item that you pick out puts a job on the table for somebody. Now you have to decide whether you want to put a job on the table for a Ghanaian or for a Malaysian or for a Taiwanese. So the more foreign foods you buy, the more jobs you create in other countries. We want to reverse the trend, promoting our indigenous foods, and that's why we are here.
Our own local foods, like Samen says, it is going to bring more jobs for our people in the hinterlands. I will not say much, but I want to congratulate once again the organizers and, of course, Citi, first in the air. Always on track. Always on track. First in the air, I say. They are bringing computation right to the doorstep of the media fraternity. And I think we need to congratulate them. Maybe I have to use the opportunity to also thank them. They have partnered the Let's Make Greater Accra Work agenda right from the onset. And through their efforts, through their support, through their constructive criticism, we have seen an Accra that is creating an awareness for people to be very mindful of their environment. Rome was not built to the day. So I know that gradually, one day, Greater Accra will work again.
So if you missed the very first day of the Food Bazaar, you have another chance, that is to join the team on Sunday. Well, that's it for the Citi Newsroom here on Citi TV. Our website, citinewsroom.com, has more information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to CityTube on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Citi TV. You can also watch Citi TV on DSTV channel 363 and on GoTV channel 182. My name is Kweku Aduamah Ansah. Many thanks for your company.